My name's Roberta Lipson, an American citizen who's been living in Beijing, China for the last 45 years, building a healthcare company. I got to Beijing in 1979 and just saw amazing potential and amazing opportunities. And having had another one of my great interests was in medicine and healthcare, I began to look at what the opportunities in that area was, eventually started a company to bring U.S. technology to China and distribute medical equipment. And after 10 years of doing that, realized that there was, in fact, more of an opportunity to bring the other concepts around delivery of healthcare, not just the hardware, but the software and new approaches to service and care and therapy. And so it took 4 years to convince the Chinese government to allow us to open a small hospital in Beijing. And since then, it's grown into a rather large national platform for delivering the highest level of international standard care to Chinese patients as well as international patients. We now also have clinics in Hong Kong, and the Greater Bay Area has become more and more important as a channel for Chinese patients to get international care, both in China and Hong Kong patients to take advantage of the care that's available at perhaps more attractive pricing in China. So the commercial relationship between the U.S. and China has been characterized as being the ballast of the relationship, and when the ship gets rocking in a really scary way, business hangs in there. And so I think from that perspective, over time, business has been such an important channel, an important glue that keeps the relationship together through rocky times. On the other hand, China perhaps is the largest potential consumer market in the world for U.S. goods, and the U.S. needs China production and consumer goods produced in China in order to keep prices at an acceptable level. So you mentioned tariffs, and unfortunately, that's if President-elect Trump carries through with his promise to put 60% tariffs on Chinese goods across the board, it's going to result in terrible inflation for the United States. So we need to figure out how to keep that from happening, or if it does happen, keep business engaged so they don't give up and leave. Because further fragmentation and pulling our countries apart will be really horrendous. So I also, besides being running a company that delivers healthcare services to people in China and in Hong Kong and Greater China, I'm also the chairman of AmCham China, and I can say that our membership is very steadfast and believes in the long-term viability of the China market, and will do everything that they can to safely continue their business in China. And we'll work really hard with both of our governments to make sure that the environment doesn't deteriorate and that they continue to do their business. Most of our members plan to be in China for the long term. They're not leaving China and even expanding their footprint. For many of them still expanding their footprint. The economy has been kind of rough this year, but despite that, I think there's good confidence in the long-term direction of the economy. I think we've gotten a lot of confidence over the recent announcement of stimulus package, and we would like to see more, and hopefully we will. For the time being, business to business is kind of a no-brainer because there's obviously profits to be made. Yeah. And that, if it's not altruism that keeps us engaged, which hopefully will as well, certainly the profit motive will continue to keep businesses engaged. And as long as they have that motivation, hopefully it will push the whole relationship in the right direction.